Okay, alright. Hello, everybody. Hello, friends. Everybody watching. Today we'll be finishing off the race, or at least giving extra tips on the race, because I forgot to mention a few things last time. Now, let's see. I think we'll go into this one. So this will just be a really quick little thing for what I forgot to mention in the last video about creating stuff, and this will be more covering the secondary paths that can be taken. So let's see here. We want to go up here. Okay, so I think what we'll do is we'll get rid of these checkpoints. Get rid of these checkpoints. Okay, we'll get rid of some of these props now, just so I can kind of show you what exactly will need to be done if you do decide to do a secondary path race, because it is kind of important to know these things. That way you're not taken by surprise. Okay, and delete. Okay, so we're just gonna quickly rebuild this track. Okay, I don't like that. Go to advanced options, we'll bring it down a tiny bit. Oh, don't place it, you dummy. Okay, that's done. Now we're going to take a checkpoint, and we'll put a checkpoint here. Boom. Now we go down to our type, and we go second, and that will put another number 8 over here. So now, when your racers get to this point, they can kind of choose where they want to go. Did I miss a checkpoint somewhere? Why does it go to 8? Must have missed 7. Oh, that's right. I forgot to insert the point. That's right. Just delete you. Okay. We'll do. See if we can get these kind of joined together a bit now. Do. points in, just so you guys will have an idea of what's going on when we do this. Okay, placement, checkpoints. Alright, now we go over to secondary and place this one. Now one other thing I can't remember if I mentioned, but I'll mention it again. When you're placing your cars, keep an eye on the color. If they're red, that means those cars won't spawn. So if I placed it here, only if you had to respawn your car, you would respawn where the white car is. Secondary. Boom. 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 One more. Now I'll just show you what I mean by you have to test it kind of twice, because you need to test your primary route and your secondary route. So we'll go to test, and primary track and secondary track. So keep that in mind. If you're going to split the race up into different things, you'll have to test both sides just to make sure that it does work. So we'll get this first test done quickly, get the other test done quickly, and then we will move on to getting some last team standing stuff done. I don't know if I'll be able to get a whole map created today, but at least I'll give you guys some basics, some groundwork on how to do certain things, like putting spawn points up in the air and vehicles and other things of that nature. So now you see that only that checkpoint will be lit up when we go on the test on this side. But keep in mind that when you do the race, the actual real race with other players, both checkpoints will be visible on the screen when you're doing it. Done. So we can exit the test. Now we go to test again and test the secondary track. Round, round we go. Where we stop, no one knows. I should have refilled my coffee. I need more coffee to create stuff. that test done. And then when it's completed, you guys will see that you'll be able to save and publish it. And keep in mind, if you can save it, you don't have to publish it right away. You can race it with your friends and get some feedback on it, and then make any changes you decide that you want to make, because it's much easier to go in and make changes to something that's saved than it is to something that's published. So that's the second one done. We will exit the test. And now you see that we have the publish option available. We'll save it. Yes. Overwritten. Awesome. Alright. So that will be everything for racing for now. I know I kind of left off on transform last time, but I will get back to that. I will eventually create a whole transform race just to show you the process of that. But right now, let's worry about doing a last team standing, because there's lots of stuff to talk about there. Okay, last team standing. So a lot of the basic rules apply as for creating anything. You got your title, your description, your search tags, your minimum and maximum players. That way you can decide how many people you want in your match, your time limit for how long you want your time to go. Your ambient settings will be time of day, weather, traffic, pedestrians, emergency services, your lobby radio, music type you want playing during the match. You can turn gangs on or off, same with your wanted level, or change what the level of the wanted level would be. Lock weapons, this will be what pretty much everybody will have access to depending on how you place them. Own pickups is for all the weapons that everybody has picked up through their playthrough and online. And of course, whatever weapons are placed in Creator you can pick up. And then forced only will be just to whatever you put down and have it as your forced weapon, which is down here. And you can put that to, like, depending on how you want to do your match, we'll go with unarmed. And since I'm going to create a Rockets versus Insurgents, I want forced and pickups. That way everybody starts unarmed and the team that's on the weapon side can pick up their weapons. First to win will be how many rounds it takes. So think of playoff type format. If you go 7 rounds, then it's whoever wins 4 matches wins the whole game. We'll change your camera view, third person, first person, or none. Removing helmets, this will be if you decide to do like a sniping, anything to do with sniping or headshots, you can take people's helmets off so you don't have to worry about people using bulletproof helmets they have on their outfits and any other things they might have on, like the thermal vision or the night vision. Team details. This is where you can do your team names depending on what kind of job you're creating. You have red coats and blue coats and explosives and wingmen, ground team, thugs, outlaws, goons, runners, hunters, drivers, pilots, bodyguards, gunmen, hackers, attackers, defenders, lookouts, snipers, transporters, default, which is nothing. And same for Team 2, they have all the same names there. We'll get back into that in a second. Wanted level, you can have it so only one team has a wanted level if you choose. And we'll remove helmets, yes. So now we go to placement. And of course you want to place the trigger to get things started, to place your area bounds and everything else. So we will find a good place. Let's see. Let's go up here. I kind of like to build here sometimes, just for nostalgic reasons. Always had a lot of fun matches here back in the day. Now, we know that there's many, many different ways you can go to create things, so just you can decide how you want to create your own creation. I'm just trying to help you guys out with how to do certain things that you may need to do. So depending on what you're going to make, I'm going to make like a Rockets versus Insurgents map, and I think I will have it enclosed in like an arena, so that way people can't really run out. They'll be stuck there. So we got the trigger. Now, player area bounds. This will be how big the area is that everybody will be fighting in. If they leave the area, they will get a countdown timer, and if they are out of the area for too long, they'll be removed from the match. When you keep in mind too, when you place your area bounds, if you want to change your area bounds and you've placed team start points and everything, it will take all that away. So you want to try and figure out how big you want your area to be and then stay within those limits. And if you're not sure, you can always just create a really big area. But since I know I kind of want my thing into this area here, so there, that looks okay. Okay, now we'll go into prompts. I'll speed it up a bit. Okay, so I'm going to build a quick arena. And this will be where your prop snapping comes in very handy, and I might be able to even show you how sometimes prop snapping can be a little on the annoying side because they don't seem to snap together properly. It seems to be off a little bit. Let's see, we need building blocks, yes. And biggest one is 28 by 48. So let's see here. Kind of want to keep it like that, maybe up here. And let's see, what color should we make the bottom of our thing? I think gray is not bad, actually. So we'll put prop snapping on, prop stacking on. We won't need advanced options. So we'll place 2, 3. So we'll do a 4. Oh, nope, we'll change the color. So there we go. We got kind of a small basic arena. So now I think I will talk about putting some team start points and how to place stuff up in the air if you choose to. Okay, so we will take this down a few sizes here, change the color. So it kind of like seems like in the middle, doesn't it? Let me go a little more down. Alright. Go a little higher. As you can see, it won't always snap where you want it to go. I want to kind of try to make it on the outside here, like a little box. No. Sometimes if you spin it around, it will kind of snap it differently. So, team start points. So as you can see, it's pretty easy to kind of place a team start point up in the air. There you go. And they place pretty easy. Now sometimes you might want to have things kind of on an angle. So we will go props again. And we will turn the snapping on. And we will put that kind of up. Now if you go to team start points again, it won't let you put a start point there. Kind of annoying and frustrating, but there is a way around that, and I'll show you how to do it. So we will take a prop, preferably a small building block. We will off. We will make sure it's nice and flat and level like that. We will place it. Then we will go back to our team start points, put our start point there, place it. Then we will go back. We will go down to props. And you want to edit this prop here. It's not letting me do that. So when you delete, oh, that's right, because I have to turn prop stacking off. I forgot to mention that. So yes, turn prop stacking off so you can edit the prop out. We'll place the prop again. Place the team start point. Now when you go down to props, you'll be able to edit the prop out. So once you edit it, it will keep the team start point there. And then you can place it again. And then just delete the prop. And it disappeared. Interesting. Let's try that again. Props. Now, it looks like it's still there. Can we get rid of that prop? Yep, we deleted the prop, and you can see the team start point is still there. So that will help you for when placing things on angles. That will also come in handy for weapons. I will show you that now. We will go to pickups. Pickups. And since we're going to do rockets versus insurgents, we want rockets. You'll notice the same thing. They will not let you place the weapon, but anything that's flat, they will let you place it on. So we will do the same trick. We will take a prop. We will make sure that prop stacking is off. It will place the prop in. Then we will go to our pickups. We will place our RPG. Then we go back down to our props. And we edit. And we place. And then we delete it. And voila. As you can see, the weapon is now put up there. So that will be how you will be able to place your team start points and weapons up on angled surfaces, which is very, very handy. Now, for placing ramps and stuff, if you want to do ramps in this game, you don't always have to choose the ramps that they give you. You can do many, many, many other props. Let your imagination go wild when it comes down to that. Let's see. Oh yes, I should talk about templates too, since it is very important. So templates are good. You can create something and kind of save it for the particular match you're in. So If you make a template for this last team standing, it will only be good for this last team standing. You can't like carry it across to a different last team standing or carry it across to a race. But if you like the template, you can always create a saved copy of your race or last team standing, and then you can go into it and delete everything except for the templates. So you just delete all props. Do not go to delete all, because that will get rid of everything that you do. You just want to delete pretty much everything so you could start again from scratch but still have your template. So just for shits and giggles, I will show you kind of what you can do with that. So let's take some props here and let's build something real quick. We will do some neon blocks. And I believe you can do up to 30 props in a template. So we'll just make a quick one here. So now we have like a bunch of props there. So we will go to props again. And we will go to templates. And create new template. And you just want to go over all the props that you want to template. Keep in mind the props need to be connected. So you cannot have a space in between them. And you'll notice it will put like a little blue ball on all the props, and the cursor will change color when you're hovering over it. So when it's white, you know that you have something there. Okay, now just to show you, it does have to, we'll take another prop here. We'll turn the prop snapping off. Just move it just enough so it's kind of out of the way. So we will go into props again, go to templates. Right, create new template. And boom. Oh, nice. See, recreated them all. But now if you go here, what will you put it? Oh, it will. Interesting. Okay, well, let's save it. See, I thought always they had to be connected, so I'm proving myself wrong sometimes. Every once in a while, there could be maybe a space to how it could be. So put a name for your template. We'll just go, we'll call this one a bar. So now, when you go into props and go to templates, you will have your bar template. But keep in mind that you will lose the advanced options when you want to place it. So you have to be very careful about how you're going to do things. But you still have all your other options. You can rotate it, you can yaw, and you can roll it, and you can pitch it any way you want. So templates can be very handy, especially if you want to create certain things. Perhaps like an arena would be a good thing to template. Like if I got my arena completed and it's under 30 props, then you always kind of have your arena template done, which makes things a lot easier. Now let's get into the placement of the vehicles here, since there is a few things to cover here. So for rockets versus insurgents, I'll find an insurgent. Where are you? Military. I must have scrolled right by it. Military. Insurgent. There we go. Now, vehicle health. For an insurgent, it usually takes about 4 shots to kill it. So at 100%, it would be about 4 shots. Oops. So you could turn the health all the way up. Oops. How come it's not letting me do that? Dang it. Well, give me 1 second, guys. Sorry if I cut out. I'll be back in a jiffy. Sometimes this joystick is kind of iffy. It likes to mess up on me. Okay, I hope we're back. Vehicles. Why won't it let me change the health? That is really odd. That's really strange. Let's see if it doesn't have to be on the ground. No, it should be. Seems to be an issue in the creator today. So when I go down, it says the color, and then option if the vehicle will have bulletproof tires, but that says vehicle health. So sometimes this problem will happen. The best thing to do will be to save and come back and reload it. So what I'm going to do is make sure I can save it by doing a quick title, LTS, and then a quick description, LTS. That should allow me to save it. Yes. So you save. That has been saved. Awesome. So now you exit. And yes. So you may have to do this several times because every once in a while the creator gets all funky monkey and it's not good. So we will load creation, load a saved creation. I think I named a few called LTS, so let's see. That'll be this one here. Alright, well hopefully we get our everything working with the vehicles now. We'll just get up there and check it out. And holding down triangle is very good for zooming around if you want to get around slightly quicker. Okay, placement. Vehicles. As you can see, you can place just about any kind of vehicle you want. Still not letting me adjust it. I wonder if Insurgent would be anywhere else. Be a police, maybe. It's really odd that they're not going to let me change the vehicle health. So that must be a glitch, because normally you could adjust the vehicle health. So unfortunately, these ones will be default to 100%, but you can at least enable bulletproof and non-bulletproof tires if you want. That's just weird. Well, I guess that means there will be a ticket sent to Rockstar about that. Okay, now I kind of got off topic a bit. So now for when you're going to create ramps and stuff, there's many different ways you can go. You can go with container ramps if you want to go old school. You probably want to turn your prop stacking on. And then you can kind of get the containers pretty much how you want them to be. So I know sometimes these container ramps can be kind of a pain sometimes. Oh, I didn't want to place it. So it kind of sucks I did that because I had it already at the very nice angle. But you can kind of go in here, go to advanced. Oh, it straightens it out, damn it. How dare you? So let's try something a little different. So we'll get rid of you. And we will get it pitched up. So if you can kind of, if you keep kind of on the override, you'll notice it kind of keeps it in the same position generally. You'll still take a bit of like fine tuning, but in the override, and then still make your adjustments you need to make. Let's see, wonder if they'll let me give it a mini test here, just to see if the ramp works. No, I cannot test it that way. Alright. So before they will let us test it, we need to get the rest of our start points down. You want to keep in mind that you can't keep the start points, the guys too close together. There is probably a glitch to get around that. So now we should have a testing available. So you'll need to test both teams, and you need to make sure you kill all of the other team for the test to count within the time limit. But it's also a good way to just kind of go over and make sure that your ramps will work depending on which team you have as the drivers and which team you have as the shooters. And that is the shooting team, so that was dumb. Next test. So we want to see Team 2. That's a good way to kind of test these if you wanted to do old school ramps then back in the day. And keep in mind when you're testing too, where you exit the test is where your cursor will be. Now let's see what we can do about a different kind of ramp. So you can kind of do what you want for ramps. You can use regular ramps, or you can kind of make your own depending on how proficient you think you can be at it. I'll just show you a few different ways you can do ramps if you want to. We will go into props. And of course, you can stack ramps that they give you if you choose. Some of these props too. You can kind of pitch them so that way you kind of have a ramp that way too. But of course you want to make sure it's not too steep, or your truck's just going to chug, 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 chug up there. But of course you don't have to use stunt tracks. You could also use building blocks. And sometimes the best part about using these is you can snap them and you can kind of change your angle slightly. And you kind of have like a little mini ramp there. And of course you can just use whatever ramps they give you. If you're going to want to like place it into the ground, sometimes prop stacking on helps. And if you don't like the angle it gives you, you can always go into your rotation type and go into pitch, and you can change the angle of it a bit. That'll work. So let's just give it a quick test again, just to see if those kind of work. That's just other things you can do. If you want to create different things, and you don't have to use ramps too, you can use the stunt tubes as well. They snap together quite nicely most times. Those handles don't think of me too much. I'm going to slowly trim down way too much. But that's how you can kind of go in and tweak things. Depending on how you want to build things, you can kind of build a shooter's platform first, where you can do your ramps first and kind of build around that, depending on how you want to create things. Just, I would suggest making sure you do a quick description and a quick title so that way you can see your progress if it's starting to tire you, if you're getting frustrated with things. Let's see how the other ramp does. I didn't test that. would kind of make it a good person would be able to get up there, alright? But keep in mind too that when you're testing it this way, the NPCs aren't shooting at you at all. Even if you give them weapons and stuff, they just don't seem to shoot. So it's kind of hard to know how everything will work when you're actually playing with people, because that can change things big time when you're being dinged and when you're trying to go up the ramp. Let's see, try to do anything. I know there's something else I wanted to mention. Oh yes, restricting vehicles and stuff. So you can also restrict like access to vehicles for only one team. Exit the test, I'll show you that quickly. And placement, vehicles, and team restrictions. And of course you can enable your bulletproof tires. And you can have it so it's available for Team 0 or not, or available for Team 1 or not. It's still annoying that that doesn't work. Alright. Well, we'll kind of cover it for now. I will probably make another video down the road if I do forget stuff that I forgot to mention, which I did. I'm kind of scatterbrained when it comes to this stuff, but I will definitely make another one when I think up of other things I've missed. So hopefully that will help some of you guys with how you're going to create stuff and make stuff, and it will give you some ideas of how some things work at least. It's a good start anyway. And good luck everybody, and I will see you all down the road. Take care.